Welcome back, Film Force fans. Get excited as we look back at all 18 MCU films in the countdown to Avengers Infinity War.
Perhaps next time we should start with the big one.
Oh boy, did Phase 2 start out rocky for Marvel. Oh boy, did Phase 2 start out rocky for Marvel. You had Iron Man 3, an okay film, and then you had Thor: The Dark World. And I remember getting out of this film hearing, it's amazing, it's one of the best Marvel films ever, I love it. And then I rewatched it, and I was like, what is this?
But overall, my first impression when I first saw the movie, I thought it was good. The moments I liked, I didn't love. Oh my gosh, like yes! I just thought like cool, yeah. But it felt very cluttered a lot of places, and it just kind of felt okay. It was just an okay. I just thought it was just okay. Really, honestly, just okay.
Thor: The Dark World is a movie that I have mixed feelings on. On the one hand, I really like Thor and Loki and their chemistry together, and I think there's some creative action and some good humor and just some good scenes.
Seriously, my gosh, did they make this so bad? The villain, Malekith, played by the brilliant Christopher Eccleston. What the hell was he? And then it's just like, oh, I don't even want to talk about this film. It's so bad. This, to me, is the worst MCU film. This one.
But in terms of specific things that I did like about the movie, biggest thing, Loki. I feel like Tom Hiddleston was born on this earth to play such a Shakespearean, loving, talking, wielding actor portraying that role of Loki is just made for him, really.
Loki and Thor to me are the best part of this film because their banter, their relationship. You're not sure who's going to betray the other in a way, or you know Loki's going to betray, but you just don't know how or when, and I really like that.
He was the best part, but not only Tom Hiddleston, but the scenes, all the scenes that contained Tom Hiddleston and Thor were great. Those were the best part. That's why I don't hate this film. That kind of saved the movie for me from being just mediocre, from just being okay.
I think that the Thor films have long had an issue of, I guess, finding their right footing of where they should go. And like I said, there's some good moments in here. I like the scene with Thor and his mother. I like most of the stuff with Thor and Loki. I think there is some creative action. I like what we do see of the Warriors 3, even though they're not in a lot of this movie. And even though Malekith isn't a very good villain, they at least make him seem like somewhat of a threat.
I quite like the end fight. The end fight was a bit of fun, jumping through the portals, you know, ending up on the tube, or how far is Greenwich, all that. Hey. I did like the start of the film where they started out with, you know, the story of how the Aether was lost. I always like those. It's like it takes a bit of Lord of the Ringsy, you know, going back years before, you know, and seeing these great epic battles. That I like. And I like the introduction of Thor again in this film, where he comes in and just destroys that rock monster.
Now, the things that I disliked, ultimately the film is kind of boring, and that's due to the pacing. It's just kind of slow drag, and like that's due to the conflict.
But on the other hand, the actual main villain, Malekith, is perhaps the worst that this franchise has produced in a series that's known for villains often being weak point.
I disliked the whole film, basically, apart from those moments. The Kat Dennings character, then she's got her own assistant, their love story. Natalie Portman wasn't really in it. I didn't buy their relationship. You know, it just, to me, was bad. And then the worst part of the film, obviously, is the villain.
Biggest thing, the biggest problem in this movie, Malekith. And you can only imagine the disappointment I felt like what we got him down to is like, was he even the movie? He's just so paper thin, just like, besides the stuff with Loki and Thor themselves, the movie's so paper thin, and it's in part to like a non-developed villain.
Why was he? He was just trying to make the whole world dark. Seriously? Seriously? What the? Who the hell came up with that? Who? Okay, tell me the writer who came up with that idea. Why? And then put it on screen for an hour work.
Long before the birth of light, there was darkness. And from that darkness came the dark elves.
I don't even understand his plan at all. I don't get it at all. I don't get his motivation, and it's just so disappointing. Beforehand, just technically, I thought it was my least favorite MCU movie because, I mean, like, looking at all the others, how I like all the others, if I calculated, for a long time, I, like, set it as my least favorite, technically, but I didn't think it was awful, but still, amongst the others, I thought, it was my least favorite, because it had the most flaws out of all the other, MCU movies at first, until, of course, I saw Incredible Hulk. Now that's not true anymore.
And Thor and Jane, I know some people have problems with. I think they work fine, even though it's not the greatest romance ever.
The greatest moment in this is the reveal at the end that Loki is actually alive and not dead. Because when they killed Loki, we're like, no! And then they put him back at the end. Like, yes! Because that, I didn't mind that person being brought back from the dead. That needed to happen, because that is Loki. Okay, him being revealed to be Odin, that then wouldn't pay off for years to come. We were all waiting, when's it going to pay off? Maybe it didn't pay off in the way I wanted, but paid off brilliantly. But it was a great setup as well. Loki pretending to be Odin and Thor going back.
Again, like I said, mixed thoughts. I feel like I can turn Thor the Dark World on and watch it and have a somewhat good time, but compared to the rest of the MCU, definitely is towards the bottom. At the same time, you know, I don't think it's worth completely skipping over. There's some good moments to it, and it does fit in within the wider universe.
If I had to rate this film out of 10, I would rate it 6. It's not great, but just, eh.
What would I rate this film? 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. This is the worst MCU.
Thank you for watching this episode of the MCU fan countdown to Avengers Infinity War. Make sure you check out everyone's links in the description below, and like and comment and share this video, and check out the video tomorrow. Until next time, bye.